Okay, so now let's do a problem based on source transformation. Okay, so here the question is find the power delivered by the 50-volt source. Okay, find the power delivered by the 50-volt source. Here if you look at the circuit, so you see, one thing you need to understand is that whichever element they have put in the question, okay, whichever element if they put in the question, do not apply source transformation to that particular element. See, for example, here they have asked find the power delivered by the 50-volt source, which means here this is the 50-volt source, right? So do not apply source transformation to this element. Do not apply source transformation to this element. You can apply source transformation anywhere across the circuit except this particular element. Likewise, for example, if there's another question, right? Find the voltage across the 5 ohm resistor. Suppose if they ask you, find the voltage across the 5 ohm resistor. So where is the 5 ohm resistor? Here's the 5 ohm resistor, right? Which means you can apply source transformation anywhere except this element. That is what you need to understand. That is, do not apply source transformation to the element in question. Okay? Because always protect that element, because you are trying to find something about that element. So if you change that element, then there's no use of finding the answer. That's why, so don't find the source transform, or don't apply the source transformation to that element across which you are trying to find the parameters. Okay, so here since they have asked find the power delivered by the 50-volt source, I will not apply source transformation to this element. I will apply to the remaining part. Okay, so now the next thing you got to think is what kind of source transformation do you want to apply here? You can apply any way you want, right? Maybe you can convert this into a voltage source in series with a resistor, or you can convert this into a current source with a parallel resistor. But now which choice are you going to choose? Which one are you going to choose? You can choose any one you like. Maybe that's the best way to study. You know, you can apply some random transformation and see which one is best. Okay, but as of now, just to save you time, I'm going to tell you that the best way to apply source transformation is that make sure that if it is a parallel network like this one, if it is all a parallel network, then it is always better that you have only current sources. Because like I told you in the previous video, it is all, if you see a current sources in parallel, then you can always combine them, right? So that's why, so in that case, if you see a parallel network like this, it's always better that you apply source transformation in such a way that you will be having only current sources and resistors across the branches. So let's do, so here you can see that this is a current source and a resistor, that is okay. But here you can see there is a voltage source and there is a resistor over here. So I need to change that. I want to change this branch, okay? I want to change this branch into a current source with a parallel resistor. So in that case, I need to find the value of the current. What should be the value of the current? The value of the current, I should be equal to V by R, which is V is the 10 volt and R is the 3 ohm, so it is 10 by 3 amperes. So this is the name of the current, right? And the resistor and the parallel resistor will be the same, that is 3 ohm itself. So now my new circuit will be like this, that is this portion will be the same, okay? And this current will be the same, 10 amperes. This resistor will be the same, that is 2 ohm. Now this circuit is now changed into a current source in parallel with a resistor. Okay. And this is 10 amperes. This is 5 ohm. This is 50 volt. And this new current source is now 10 by 3 amperes. This current source is called 10 by 3 amperes. And this resistor is the same 3 ohm. Okay, so you see I applied my source transformation over here in this branch, so this became like this. Okay, so this circuit has now become like this. Now you can understand why I made like this, right? See, because like I told you that current sources in parallel can be combined. You see this 10 ampere and this 10 by 3 ampere, I can now combine these two, right? So if I combine these two, what will I get? That is 10 plus 10 by 30, 10 plus 10 by 3, 10 by 3, sorry, 10 plus 10 by 3 is equal to, how it is, 30 plus 10 is 40, so it is 40 by 3 amperes. So if I combine these two current sources, it becomes 40 by 3 amperes. Let me draw that. So now my new circuit will be a resistor with a voltage source, and then you will have, this is 5 ohm, this is 50 volt, this is, and this current source, after combining the two current source, it will become like this, right? Both of them in the same direction, that's why I added. So it will be, this current source is 40 by 3 amperes, 40 by 3 amperes. Okay, now what about the resistor? If you look at the resistor, you see this 2 ohm and these 3 ohm are parallel to each other, right? This 2 ohm and this 3 ohm are parallel to each other. So it means I can combine these two resistors. So if I combine these two resistors, what is the equation? That is 3 into 2 by 3 plus 2, which is equal to 6 by 5 ohm, right? This is 6 by 5 ohm. So therefore, combining these two resistors, this will become a single resistor, which is value 6 by 5 ohm. Okay, you see, now you see how the circuit became more simple by applying source transformation technique. That is, first I applied over here and it became these two branches. Then what I did is, why I made like this is because I can later, since this is a parallel network, I can combine the current sources, right? So that's why after combining these two current sources, this became a single current source, and also these two resistors are in parallel to each other, right? These two, all these elements, all these 4 elements are parallel to each other. So therefore I can combine all these elements. So that's why I combined these two current sources. Then I combined these two resistors, and now these two resistors became 6 by 5 ohm, right? So now what you can do is, see, now that's it, right? So now what you need to do is, what I think is I need to find the power. Power is equal to what? V into I. V I already know, that is 50 volt. I is what I don't have, which means I need to find the current through this 50 volt, right? To find the current, what I need to do is I need to convert this. Now I need to convert this into a voltage source with a series resistor. Okay, so let me see how this looks like. A voltage source, a resistor. This is a 50 volt, this is 5 ohm, this is 50 volt, and on combining these two elements, right, this is a current source in parallel with a resistor. I can now combine that into a resistor with a voltage source, right, in series with a voltage source. What is this resistor? This resistor 6 by 5 ohm. That is the name of this resistor. And what's the name of this voltage source? Let me see. That is voltage source is V is equal to I into R. What is I? 40 by 3. And what is R? 6 by 5, which is basically 16 volt. So this voltage is equal to 16 volt. There you have it. Okay, now I can find the current through this 50 volt, right, by simply applying Kirchhoff's voltage law, or by simply applying mesh analysis, right? So in that case, what will be the current? Let me see. That is current here, it is 5 plus 6 by 5. 5 plus 6 by 5 into I is equal to, and what about the voltage source? This 50 volt is generating I, but this 16 volt is opposing I, right? So which means we have 50 minus 16, or in other words, I is equal to 50 minus 16 by 5 plus what is 6 by 5? 6 by 5, 60 by 5 is 12, right? So this is 1.2. 5 plus 1.2. Okay, so which means we have 50 by minus 16 is 34, right? 34 by, this is 6.2. 34 by 6.2. Let me see what you get. 34 divided by 6.2, and you get is 5.484 amperes. 5.484 amperes. This is the value of I. Therefore, power delivered by the 50 volt source is equal to V into I, which is equal to 50 into 5.484, which is equal to, this is into 50, and you will get is 274.194 watts. Okay, this is the power. So this is where you use source transformation technique, just to simplify this. Keep on simplifying the circuit till you get the simplest circuit, and then from the simplest circuit you can find any parameter you want.